Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Torchlight 3 video, I want to talk about the new news of the game leaving early access and releasing on October 13th. I want to talk about some of my impressions after playing the game, after taking a 2-month break, some thoughts on the launch, if I think it's going to go well, and some other news related to the Torchlight 3 launch. Let's go ahead and jump right in and talk Torchlight 3. First of all, I already mentioned it, the release is going to be October 13th. It's going to be accompanied with a wipe. This should not come as news to you. We've known about the wipe for quite some time. There's also going to be a big update coming down the pipe. The State of the Game Week 16 talks about this new big update coming. It's already on the PTR. Will be actually coming to early access players on October 6th. So if you're already in early access, you'll get a week early head start, since the actual game doesn't come out until October 13th. So basically, they're going to be testing out and fixing bugs on the PTR for a week, so from now until October 6th. And then from the 6th until the 13th, it'll be on the early access live servers to continue finding bugs and fixing. I really hope 2 weeks is enough time for it to all be polished and actually ready for October 16th. I did play the game recently for a few hours just to kind of see what's all changed in 2 months, and that's what I want to talk about first, is my impressions after coming back to the game from a 2-month break. First thing I want to mention is the quality of the game, and just the polish and just really the overall quality and feel has improved significantly. Anywhere from destroying bridges to destroying different barrels to just general smoothness of gameplay with your basic attacks and skills. The relic change overall feels nice. I went with Flaming Destroyer on my Railmaster, and that Flaming Destroyer relic is super OP and really fun to use overall. A few examples of quality of life changes. The first one is once you've killed a boss, the exit portal doesn't spawn until after you've opened the reward chest. This is great to see. You used to kill the boss, the portal would spawn, and sometimes you would just click on that portal and miss out on your loot. So that's definitely a nice welcome change. Also, another change that's happened is enchanting is not available until after you've finished the story. This is great news to me. This gives you something to work towards, to be excited to unlock. And also, you don't have to worry about disenchanting items to get those essences while leveling up. Instead, you can feed your luck tree, and once that's maxed out, go ahead and vendor those items for gold, and start to stockpile your gold reserves for gambling and getting better gear. Last but not least, quality thing that I really was impressed by was the fort camera zoomed out. You can see much more of your fort, so it makes customizing and building your fort feel more fun and just easier to be able to see and really get that bird's eye view of the fort. There are so many other little things that have just changed, and it just felt overall better after 2 months, and that's a great sign. Now, it's not all butterflies and rainbows. I do have some concerns with the launch being only 2 weeks away from recording this video. So as I mentioned before, at the beginning of the video is the Mayhem Monday. I just got done listening to it, and there's so many changes and things coming down the pipe. If you look at their past updates, they're usually accompanied by quite a few bugs, which can really ruin the game. And if you're going to release a game that has lots of bugs on day one, just think about it. We've seen it before. That's not going to leave a good impression for new players. Another concern I have about this Torchlight 3 launch in general is I feel like Torchlight 2 players are going to be coming to Torchlight 3 expecting a more in-depth and a sequel to Torchlight 2. And I'm worried that they're not going to find that with this game. This game has changed course. We've been following the game for over a year. And if you just look back on the YouTube channel, it's changed so much. I mean, it was going to be an MMO. Now it's a shared world action RPG. Lots of other changes have happened to relics and skills, endgame, the level cap. So much has changed that at the point it is right now, I don't think it's as complex as Torchlight 2, which is a whole nother concern that I have of the modding scene. Torchlight 2 had a lot of mods. With Torchlight 3, you have an online option and an offline option. So the offline option, I'm assuming you'll be able to modify, but to what extent? And you can't even play those mods in co-op. So really, is it going to be better than Torchlight 2? I really don't know, to be honest with you. And I'm almost thinking the answer to that question is no. One final concern I have with Torchlight 3 is the endgame. The endgame's been something that I was really looking forward to. And then they revealed it to us, and it's fun. I've pushed the end game, and I've enjoyed it. But my concern lies with other competition on the ARPG market right now currently. You have many other ARPGs that cost less money, some are even free to play, and have a way more in-depth end game. If you don't know what the end game is in Torchlight 3, basically it's endless maps. I do have a full video. The card will be up above for you to check out. That's explains all the end game and how it works currently within Torchlight 3. And I'm just a little bit worried that there's not enough there. I would really like to see more options once I've finished the story, other than just doing these challenge dungeons over and over and over to see how high I can get. The endgame system does offer the badge mechanic, where when you're running around in the open world, you can show off your progress, the highest floor you've reached, which difficulty, which is nice, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, if we compare literally any other ARPG on the market currently, there's other games that offer way more after you've finished the story. I think the bread and butter to this game is going to be playing through, experimenting with different relic skills, and then just pushing the end game. I don't think it's going to be a game we're going to be able to dump like thousands of hours into in its current state. Again, lots can change depending on their post-launch support, patches, updates. Hopefully they add some more to the end game, honestly. Those are my three main concerns anyway. Before I start to ramble, is that it feels rushed. Torchlight 2, players expecting a bigger and better and more in-depth game, and also the end game. Those are my three main concerns with the launch being so soon. But in closing, you're probably looking for advice on if you should pick up the game, wait, check it out day one. And I don't want to overhype the game. I'm very cautious with this big update in the pipe and what kind of bugs it's going to introduce and unbalancing. My recommendation would be, if it's something you know for a fact you're going to buy, why not just go ahead and pick it up? But I think if you're a little bit cautious like me and you're kind of waiting to see, I think your best bet would be to wait until that big patch hits, see how buggy it is and how long it takes to actually fix all those bugs. We've been talking a lot about it on the DMGCREW Discord, and I'm just concerned about the game, man. I'm sad. I'm genuinely sad that the game is being pushed out this early, this soon. I figured we had at least a few more months of polishing. So anyway, my recommendation would be wait for the launch on October 13th, see how buggy it is and whatnot, and then maybe wait for another patch or two. Or best case scenario, they release October 13th, the game's flawless, no bugs, super polished, and hella fun, and maybe they add more to the end game or something. Probably not going to happen, but that would be insanely awesome. Anyway, before I just start to ramble, because this has been one of the games I've followed the longest since I've been streaming and making YouTube videos, I have a lot of emotional attachment to this game, and I'm really trying my best to not let that cloud up my impressions and thoughts on the game. This was the video I wanted to talk about with you about Torchlight 3, impressions after 2 months, and concerns going into the launch. Again, I want to wish Extra Games the best of luck with the launch on October 13th. I really, really want this game to go well, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Anyway, I can't thank you guys enough for your continued support. If you enjoy this video and all the content on the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your friends. Feel free to check out our social media links down below. We do stream on Twitch. We have our own Discord with over 200 some members. And also, if you want to, you can drop a follow on Twitter and tweet at me, say what's up. Thank you guys so much. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.